What if I told you that you can deduct your dog on your taxes, on your gambling losses or a swimming pool, or even the cost of looking for a job? The US tax code is full of surprising and underused deductions that most Americans leave on the table every year. Today, we're counting down 15 of the most surprising ones, and I promise several one of these apply to you. Welcome to taxmerica.co, your tax experts for the 2025 filing season. I'm Sharon, and every year I see clients shocked at what they miss deducting on prior returns. Today, we are fixing that. Fair warning, some of these have restrictions, so I'll give you the full picture on each one. Let's count down from 15. Deductions 15 through 9. 15. Gambling losses up to gambling winnings. Yes, gambling losses are deductible, but only up to the amount of gambling winnings you report. You must report all gambling winnings as income. Then you can deduct losses on Schedule A if you itemize. You cannot net them out or report nothing. Keep records, win or loss statements from casinos, receipts and logs. Sports betting, lottery tickets, casino games all included. 14. Medical expenses above the threshold. Medical expenses that exceed 7.5% of your adjusted gross income are deductible if you itemize. The threshold sounds high, but what qualifies is surprisingly broad. Prescription medications, doctor visits, dental work, vision care, hearing aids, medical travel, mileage to appointments at 27 cents per mile in 2024, long-term care premiums, LASIK surgery, and even weight loss programs prescribed by a doctor for a specific disease. For families with significant medical bill, this can add up fast. 13. Union dues and work-related expenses, self-employed only. W2 employees lost the deduction for unreimbursed employee expenses under the TCJA. But self-employed workers can still deduct work-related tools, uniforms, subscriptions, professional memberships, and union dues as business expenses on Schedule C. If you're in a trade or have work-specific requirements, track these carefully. 12. Moving expenses for military members. Most taxpayers lost the moving expense deduction in 2018, but active duty military members who moved due to a military order still qualify. If you're in the armed forces and moved pursuant to a permanent change of station, you can deduct moving costs including transportation, storage, and travel. Use Form 3903. 11. Investment advisory fees, not anymore, but SDIRA expenses. Here's a nuanced one. Investment advisory fees were eliminated for regular brokerage accounts after 2017, but expenses related to a business, including fees paid through a self-directed IRA LLC structure, may still be deductible in specific contexts. More importantly, investment interest expense, interest paid to borrow money to invest, is still deductible up to your net investment income. If you have a margin account or borrow to invest, track this. 10. Jury duty pay turned over to employer. Some employers continue paying your full salary while you serve jury duty but require you to turn over your jury pay to them. If you're required to give your jury pay to your employer, you can deduct the amount from your income so that you're not taxed twice. This is an above-the-line deduction you don't need to itemize. 9. Deduction for repaid income. If you received income in a prior year that you were later required to repay, like a sign-on bonus you had to return after leaving a job, or a social security overpayment, you can claim a deduction or credit in the year you repaid. If the repayment is over $3,000, you may be able to use the claim of right doctrine to calculate the tax benefit more favorably. This is a highly specific situation, but one that can provide meaningful relief. 8. Energy efficient vehicle credits. Buying a new electric vehicle can earn up to $7,500 federal tax credit under the Inflation Reduction Act. If you and the vehicle meet income and the price requirements, for a used EV, the credit is up to $4,000. Income limits apply. $150,000 for single filers, $300,000 for married filing jointly for new EVs. The vehicle must be purchased from a dealer who registers the sale with the IRS, not a private sale. This credit is non-refundable but can dramatically reduce your tax bill. 7. Casualty and theft losses, disaster areas only. After the TCJA, personal casualty and theft losses are only deductible if they occur in a federally declared disaster area. If a hurricane, wildfire, flood, or other declared disaster destroyed or damaged your property, you may deduct your uncompensated loss, the amount not covered by insurance, subject to a $100 floor per event and the 10% AGI threshold. This has been a significant relief for victims of major disasters. Check irs.gov for the current list of declared disaster areas. Deductions 6 through 1. 6. The business use of your car, even if you're not a business owner. Self-employed individuals and business owners know this one. But here's the less known angle. If you drive for charity, volunteering for a qualifying non-profit, you can deduct 14 cents per mile. If you drive for medical appointments, 21 cents per mile. The key is keeping a precise mileage log. Apps like MileIQ or Everlens track this automatically. 5. Adoption expenses. The adoption tax credit is worth up to $15,950 per child adopted in 2023. Amounts adjust annually. Qualified adoption expenses include adoption fees, court costs, attorney fees, and travel. For domestic adoptions, the credit is available in the year the adoption is finalized. For international adoptions, in the year the adoption is finalized. For special need children, the full credit is available regardless of actual expenses. The credit phases out above $239,230 in MAGI. Importantly, this credit can carry forward for up to 5 years if it exceeds your tax liability. 4. Your dog. In very specific circumstances. I promised a deduction for your dog and here it is, with most caveats. The IRS does not allow a personal pet deduction, full stop. However, if your dog is a legitimate service animal related to a medical condition and you have a documentation from a medical professional, the cost of caring for the dog may be deductible as a medical expense. Additionally, if a dog guards business inventory or business property and lives at your place of business, costs may be deductible at a business expense. And professional animal handlers, trainers, breeders, guide dog organizations can deduct animal-related costs as business expenses. Don't push this one without solid documentation. Claiming a standard pet as a tax deduction is not allowed and will trigger scrutiny. Only pursue this if you genuinely qualify under one of the specific specifications above. 3. Swimming pool. Medical necessary. Another surprising one. If you install a swimming pool or a hot tub or a therapy tank on the advice of a physician to treat a specific medical condition like arthritis, hydrotherapy for injury rehabilitation, or a disability, the cost may be deductible as a medical expense. The deduction is limited to the cost minus the increase in your home's value attributable to the pool. So if the pool costs $40,000 and increases your home's value by $15,000, you can potentially deduct $25,000 as a medical expense subject to the 7.5% AGI floor. Get the doctor's recommendation in writing before installation. 2. Unpaid wages from a bankrupt employer. If your employer went bankrupt and failed to pay wages you earn, you may be able to deduct those unpaid wages as a bad debt. Business bad debts are fully deductible on Schedule C for self-employed individuals. For W-2 employees, it's more complex. This is now a miscellaneous itemized deduction, not currently available under TCJA, but worth tracking as tax law can change. Keep documentation of the amount owed and the employer's bankruptcy filing. 1. The Section 199A. Deduction 20% of your business income. We save the biggest for the last. And it's one of the most business owners don't fully understand or aren't claiming correctly. The Section 199A qualified business income deduction allows eligible self-employed individuals and pass-through business owners to deduct up to 20% of their qualified business income. This deduction does not require you to spend any money. It's a deduction simply for being in business. It's currently available through 2025. If you have self-employment income and aren't claiming this or aren't claiming it optimally, you are most certainly overpaying your taxes significantly. At taxamerica.co, we've helped clients reclaim tens of thousands of dollars by properly calculating and optimizing the Section 1998 deduction. This is not a deduction to navigate alone. The rules around specified service rates, W-2 wages, and unadjusted basis are complex. Book a consultation and let us find what you're missing. Here is a recap. Your surprising deduction list. Number 15, gambling losses, up to gambling winnings. Number 14, medical expenses above 7.5% of AGI. Number 13, work-related expenses. It's only for self-employed. Number 12, military moving expenses. 11, investment interest expense. Number 10, jury pay return to employer. 9, repaid income deduction. 8, EV tax credits up to $7,500. 7, casualty losses in federally declared disasters. 6, charitable and medical mileage. 5, adoption expenses up to $15,950 credit. Service dog costs with physician documents. Number 3, medical swimming pool minus home value increase. 2, unpaid wages from bankrupt employer. 1, Section 1998, 20% business income deduction. If even one of these deductions surprised you, imagine what a professional review of your tax return might find. At taxamerica.co, we go through every line, every year, looking for exactly these opportunities. Head to taxamerica.co and book your free consultation today. We're taking on new clients right now for the 2025 tax season. Share this video with a friend who might be missing deductions. Hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. If this video helped you, like it and subscribe for weekly tax tips. Drop your questions in the comments. We read everyone. Book a free 15-minute tax consultation at taxamerica.co and let our experts handle your taxes stress-free this season. Thank you.